Midday, inside the Duke Montgomery residence. After finishing lunch, Eugene Montgomery sat in the garden, enjoying tea while reading a book. Suddenly, a trusted aide rushed in to report. Your Grace, the second prince has come requesting an audience. Invite him in. Eugene Montgomery nodded, showing no surprise, as if he had already anticipated this. Yes, sir. The aide swiftly departed. Moments later, Li Guanglong strode briskly into the rear garden. Uncle Eugene! Something major happened in the capital last night. Before even taking a seat, Li Guanglong couldn't wait to speak. What could be so serious that it makes your highness this anxious? Eugene Montgomery set down his book, smiling calmly. A number of underground forces, led by the Pantheon gods, were uprooted last night. Even my business was severely affected. Li Guanglong's expression turned grave. The key issue is how suddenly it happened. I didn't get even the slightest warning beforehand. After investigating extensively, I still found no clue. I have no idea who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, which is why I've come to you for guidance. I've heard whispers about the events last night as well. Eugene Montgomery nodded and spoke evenly. Just as you said, the one who eliminated the Pantheon gods is very mysterious. Even my Duke Montgomery's estate couldn't uncover a single trace. How is that possible? Li Guanglong frowned. At such a critical juncture in the battle for succession, for such a powerful and unknown figure to appear out of nowhere, this could be either good or bad. He and his two brothers were in open and covert conflict, constantly expanding influence and forming alliances. Though the situation wasn't clear-cut, at least it was within predictable bounds. Yet now, with the sudden emergence of this mysterious force, the whole equation had become volatile. To wipe out the Pantheon gods and multiple hostile factions in a single night, that level of power was beyond imagination. Even if he went all out and ignored consequences, he couldn't have achieved something like that. It's a double-edged sword, Eugene Montgomery said calmly. If this person stays out of the fight for the throne, then they pose no threat to us. On the other hand, if they intend to interfere in imperial politics, they'll become a massive influence, no matter which prince they back. You mean we first need to find out whether this person is even interested in playing the game? Li Guanglong quickly caught on. First uncover their identity, then test their intentions. From there, adapt accordingly, Eugene Montgomery advised. Uncle Eugene, you don't seem the least bit nervous. Don't tell me you already have a plan in mind? Li Guanglong asked, puzzled. Something this major had just occurred, yet the man before him remained as calm as ever, unshaken by any concern. Either his mental fortitude was unshakable, or he already had a countermeasure prepared. What's the use of panic? Everything must be handled with a calm mind. Sometimes one must follow the will of the heavens, Eugene Montgomery replied with a faint smile. He had weathered countless storms in his lifetime. Numerous brushes with death had already forged his heart into steel. Even if Mount Tai collapsed before him, he would remain composed. And this incident? It barely registered as a ripple. I don't believe in fate. I only believe in myself. Li Guanglong clenched his fist. No matter who it is, if they stand in my way, I'll crush them completely. It's good that your highness has ambition, Eugene Montgomery said. But when facing an undefeatable enemy, sometimes it's better to yield. Remember King Gojian of Yu, who slept on firewood and tasted gall. Temporary setbacks mean nothing. As long as you're still alive, there's always a chance to make a comeback. Your advice doesn't suit me. I only believe in victory, or death trying. Li Guanglong responded, his voice filled with intensity. He had trained in martial arts since childhood and thrived on the brutality of the battlefield. His style was straightforward: kill anyone who blocked his path. Brutal, but effective. Fine. I'm in no position to tell you how to act. Eugene Montgomery shifted the subject. But regarding what you brought up today, I do have a piece of advice for you. Oh? What advice do you have, Uncle Eugene? Li Guanglong perked up. Think carefully. In the entire Dragon Marsh, who has enough power to completely eradicate the Pantheon gods in one night, without leaking a single detail? Eugene Montgomery posed the question. This? Li Guanglong frowned, contemplating briefly, then responded. Could it be father? The emperor is gravely ill. He doesn't have much time left. Where would he get the energy for this? Eugene Montgomery shook his head. If not father, then who else could it be? Li Guanlong's confusion deepened. Wenxing and Jun Tang clearly don't have that kind of ability. If they did, I wouldn't even stand a chance against them. He knew his two brothers very well. Though each had strong backing, none could deceive every faction in the capital without leaving a trace. Let me give you another hint, Eugene Montgomery said. The terrifying part about the purge last night isn't the strength of whoever did it, it's the strength of their intelligence network. They managed to hide everything from every pair of eyes in the city. That's what's truly frightening. An intelligence network? Li Guanlong froze for a moment, then suddenly made the connection. Uncle Eugene, don't tell me you're referring to Margaret? If we're talking about the most powerful intelligence agency in the Dragon Marsh, it would certainly be under the royal family's control. In the beginning, it was in the Emperor's hands, but it later passed to Princess Margaret of Anyang. Because Margaret didn't belong to any faction, and she was a woman without any political ambitions, she posed no threat to imperial power. That's why the Emperor trusted her deeply. Over the years, the agency under her control had grown tremendously, though no one knew its full scope. But one thing was certain: if anyone could uncover the mastermind behind last night's purge, it would be Margaret. Or perhaps, the mastermind was Margaret herself.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings separation, in